Hey everybody, Ed here with Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick video about the Nvidia SHIELD Tablet. Those of you who follow my channel already know I'm a big fan of this device, a lot of potential and power at a relatively low cost, $299 for an 8-inch tablet that basically outperforms just about everything in the market, especially if you're interested in gaming. But there have been a lot of questions about build quality, and that's what today's video is all about. So in my first unboxing as well as update, I was impressed with build quality. I've now spent enough time with this tablet to really give you a little bit more. And that specifically speaks to what a lot of people have been asking about, which is the actual physical build. And I'm shooting this in 4K for that reason, because a lot of people have been talking about cracked edges on all four of the corners of the tablet, that the actual polycarbonate basically cracks and comes apart. And this should be in focus. You should be able to see that seam, and it pretty much is on all four of the corners of this device. But that's not what people are actually talking about. That's just where the problem apparently begins. Supposedly, or at least based on speculation that I've read, essentially those cracks are the beginning of where heat essentially takes apart the tablet in other parts of each corner. So as it heats up, it won't necessarily make this slit, which is, again, basically machine-like in nature and is, I would say, a product of a machine, but the seal may be not complete. I don't need to speculate on how the imperfection actually works, but basically, as I mentioned, people are pointing to heat being the culprit, and that eventually makes all of those corners just lead to more and more cracking in the plastic housing. If that's going on, the good news is that Nvidia has been proactive with this. They've openly acknowledged the issue and said that anyone who has this problem can get an advanced RMA. You will have to provide them with a credit card, but that means that you can get a replacement for your tablet once you give them a credit card without having to ship your current device back. And then once you receive the new tablet, you ship them your defective one back. And they're still working on sourcing the exact issue, but I'm assuming if they're already RMAing them, that means that they have devices that don't have this issue. Now, for me personally, I initially felt that this was just the way the tablet was made. I mean, again, it looks machine tooled. It does not look like anything more than a line in the plastic, basically where the mold meets. But since the issue has come up, of course, it's something I'm going to continue to monitor. And if it does get worse, I will end up RMAing it. And it's good to know that Nvidia has been, again, so proactive with this issue. The other issue I want to address is Wi-Fi performance, because that's been another big area of concern or contention. And what I can tell you is that Nvidia already addressed the Wi-Fi issue with their last update at the end of August. So that latest update has pretty much, I think, resolved most issues regarding Wi-Fi performance on this device. But of course, if you're still having problems, feel free to chime in. But that pretty much rounds out today's build quality segment, because everything else about this tablet is on point. The stylus works very well. The cameras, 5 megapixels on both sides, do a lot more than you'd get from competing devices in this price range. And that's what the Shield does on every front. It outperforms every product that's at this price range, especially that's consistent or competitive with the processor and overall feature set that the Shield tablet has to offer. Forget you're not going to have that complementary remote control or really game controller. It doubles as both for $60 that you can use here with the Shield, and of course the older Shield Portable, a great accessory that I think is highly underrated. But of course Nvidia would like everyone that picks the Shield tablet up to pick one of those up as well. And if you do plan on gaming, it's a no-brainer. The build quality there also excellent. So those are the really, the two main issues that I think people have complained about, and they're out there. There's no question. I haven't had any problems really with either, but at least hopefully the 4K was a good example for those of you wondering what the crack starts out like. But as you saw, no advancement in that degradation of the housing, at least on my unit. But I guess other people who are pushing it harder could be, tearing it apart at a more rapid rate. But essentially, your mileage may vary. Good thing Nvidia is backing it up. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.